All right, let's talk about something. A simple but, wow, powerful metaphor for a trap that, let's be honest, so many of us fall into. It's called the loop of the rat. It's this sneaky cycle of feeling super productive without actually doing a single thing. Let's see if any of this sounds familiar to you.
It all kicks off with this line. There is a rat. Kind of weird, right? But stick with me. This isn't really about an animal. It's about a pattern, a loop.
And right off the bat, let's get one thing crystal clear. This rat, it's not you. This isn't some kind of insult. Think of it as a name for a behavior, a specific trap that is just incredibly easy for any of us, myself included, to stumble into.
So let's meet this rat. What does its day-to-day look like? Well, its entire world is built on one very powerful, very modern habit, just passively consuming stuff.
Here's the routine, and see if this rings a bell. Every single day, the rat sits down and just watches videos. Videos on how to be more productive, how to find success, how to optimize every last second of life. Yeah, sound familiar?
And what's on the menu? Oh, you know the stuff. It's a fire hose of tips, life hacks, motivational speeches, all of it promising a better you, a more efficient life. And it is so appealing. So what's the hook? Why is this stuff so addictive? That question gets us to the very heart of the trap. It's something called the dopamine deception. It's basically how our own brains trick us into feeling like we're making progress without ever doing any of the real work.
So here's what's happening in your brain. Every time the rat watches one of these videos, its brain gets a little reward, a little hit of dopamine. It literally feels like it's accomplished something, just by watching someone else talk about accomplishing something. It's a crazy bit of brain chemistry.
And this is that deceptive loop in action. You watch the video, you get that little dopamine hit that feels really good, and your brain mistakes that feeling of learning for the reality of doing. And round you go, feeling productive but always ending up in the exact same spot. Nowhere.
And this is the lie. It's the story the rat tells itself. With every video it watches, it thinks, hey, I'm getting better. I'm learning. I'm improving my life. And you know what? In that moment, it feels completely true. But it's a dangerous illusion.
Okay, so this brings us to a simple, kind of hard truth we just have to face. If you look past all those good feelings, what's actually happening? What's the reality of all this inaction?
The truth, when you strip away every excuse, is this. The rat does nothing. It just sits there, consuming, watching, planning, but never, ever acting.
And here it is, the huge disconnect. The feeling on the inside is I'm improving my life. I'm climbing this mountain of achievement. But the reality on the outside, it's a flat line. Zero action, zero practice, and zero real progress. Honestly, it all boils down to this one idea. Watching 1,000 videos about success will never, ever make you successful. Only one thing does that: action. Studying the map is not the same as taking the first step on the path. So how do we break out of this thing? Okay, enough doom and gloom, let's talk about the solution. It's time to flip the switch. We need to find the circuit breaker for this endless, spinning loop.
And the answer is almost ridiculously simple to say, even if it's hard to do. It's a two-step command. Stop watching, start doing. That's it. It means closing the YouTube tab, putting the phone down, and taking one tiny, real-world step forward.
And you see, this isn't really just about changing a habit. It's about choosing a new identity. It's about making a conscious decision to be the kind of person who acts.
So here's the choice, laid out plain and simple. You can consciously decide to step out of that loop of just consuming. You can look at it and say, nope, I am not going to be the rat.
And that leaves us with two very different paths, two fundamental identities. One is defined by watching, consuming, and thinking. The other is defined by doing, creating, and acting. One is a wheel just spinning in place. The other is a staircase, always leading up. Ultimately, it all comes down to this. Information is totally useless without application. Motivation just fades if you don't move. The only thing that actually matters, the only thing that builds real confidence and creates real change is action. So the only question left to ask is, who are you going to choose to be?